What is going on, boys? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video we're going to be talking about the 5 things that I like the most about these Fiestas. Now when I say these Fiestas, I say Mark 6 Fiesta. That is what I currently drive. Again, if you haven't seen the video where I go through all the bits that all the mods that I've done to this car, check it out in the description below. I'll also put a card up here or up here now. So in the last video I said, let me know if you want me to make a video about the things I like. Now this guy commented below and said, yep, let me know what you think's good about the new the Mark 6 Fiesta. So here it is. Here's the video. Shout out to you. Now just before we go ahead and start this video, make sure to like this video if you do enjoy, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And thank you so much for the support on the last video. I think we did quite well sort of within the first 12 hours. We got sort of 100 views, which is great. So make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump straight in with number 1, which is the fact that these cars are relatively cheap to run. Now I say relatively because there was also a comment on the last video where a chap said, hang on a minute, you missed the point that these cars are awful on fuel. Well, conversely, mine's actually quite good on fuel. So I currently get 36.4 miles to the gallon. Now I don't drive like a granddad, but I don't drive like a fucking yobbo. So I'd probably say that's in the middle. I could probably get a little bit more out of it actually, but I think the guy said in the comment that'll also be on screen now, that he gets something like 29 to the gallon, which is quite poor. But 36 on the other hand, for a 10-year-old car, that's not too bad really. 10-year-old 1.6 petrol, that is not too bad whatsoever. So my car is definitely cheap to run. Let me know in the comments below what yours is closer to. Is it closer to the 36.4 or the 29, which the other guy mentioned in the comments? So yeah, that's quite an interesting one. I don't know if mine, I don't know why his is low or why mine's slightly higher, but there we go. That's number 1. Number 2 is the actual reason why I bought this car, and that is because of the way they look. Now I personally think that they look great. If you compare it, if you sit it right next to a Mark 7 ST or Mark 8 ST, then yes, they do look slightly old. It is 10 years old, or 11 actually. Christ, yeah, 11. So I personally think they look great. When you sit next to another new one, then they look old. But if you know, just drive a slightly older car like this, I think they look great for the age. So that is the actual reason I bought this car, and I've had a Fiesta before, so that was the reason. Well, actually that wasn't the reason I bought the last one. Yeah. But yeah, definitely the reason why I bought this car. So number 2 is appearance. Number 3 is the fact that these cars, or this car, has readily available parts. Now like I said already, it's a 10-11 year old car, so there's loads of spare parts at your scrapyard, part shops, Facebook pages, Gumtree, all that sort of stuff, eBay. So first place I usually look if I'm looking for a part or a mod or something like that is Facebook, because the Facebook pages, there's always Fiestas being broken on there. Now that's not necessarily a good thing that they're all being broken, but yeah, you can use the parts from the other cars on your one to keep it going, so you can look at it both ways. I did actually get a window regulator. That was probably the only example I can think of on Facebook for my driver's side door. Turns out it wasn't the regulator that had gone, but yeah, that's another story. So yeah, readily available parts, and they're fairly cheap as well. Like I said, 12 or a 10-11-year-old car, parts aren't going to be the most expensive in the world. So yeah, relatively cheap parts as well. So yeah, that is number 3. Right, number 4 is that my Fiesta and my previous Fiesta have both been extremely reliable. Now I did have my other one for around a year. I've had this one again for around a year. I haven't really had any major failures or bills. The only things I've had to do to this car was the cam belt, which is expected, time related issue. And I also had my calipers started to seize whilst I was driving, so that was an interesting one as well. But again, that's a time related thing. You're going to expect that with a slightly older car. Things will start to fail, but luckily I haven't, touch wood, I haven't had anything sort of major go. So yeah, they are pretty reliable. Definitely great for a first car. I had a MK6 Fiesta, just a 5-door as a first car, and then I upgraded to the Zetec S, which I don't regret at all. So yeah, number 4 is that these cars are very reliable. And to wrap things up, number 5 is the fact that these cars are great to drive. So like I said, I had the other Fiesta. The reason I upgraded to this one was A, because of the way it looked, B, because of the way they drove. I really did like the drive on the previous one, so to get a more powerful version and technically lighter, well, why wouldn't you? So these cars, well, for example, my car, I've got it lowered, I've got wider wheels, and you can really throw it into the corners and it will just take it. And with 100 brake horsepower, it is literally perfect for back lanes, tight roads where you can swerve in and out of the corners, and really just give it a nice battering down the back roads. Now obviously I wouldn't recommend it unless you know that it's safe to do so. So yeah, that's number 5. The fact that these cars are just great to drive in general. You get really good feedback from the steering wheel. I might actually change my steering wheel, I haven't decided. I quite like the way the steering wheel looks, you see, but shall I get an aftermarket one? That's a good question. Let me know in the comment. So there we have it, lads. That will do it for today's video. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to obviously drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be catching you in the next video. Peace.